Before we test the endpoint, we will enable the logging, so we can see what actual query executed by Spring. Add a file logback-spring.xml under folder source, main, resources. You can copy-paste the file content from this course lecture. And we will enable debug level on JDBC template. Start the application. To test the code, open Postman collection, folder SQL injection, subfolder JDBC Danger. Make sure the Spring application already running. See the first endpoint to get customer by email. In the path variables, there will be one variable, email. In the description, we will see several values for the path variable. The good parameter is valid email. And it is just email, no additional string to be injected. If we execute the endpoint using this good value, we will get data as we want. Check out the Eclipse log, and you will see that the query is like we defined. Selecting from tables with certain email from input. But there is possibility to add another script on the input variable. And this will be dangerous since current code is joining any string from input. In the second value, we add another script to find out whether the database is MySQL by appending string to get database version. If the database is MySQL, this version string will returning a value. Now, execute the endpoint with dangerous parameter. It will return an error which shows SQL being executed and the stack trace. If we check into Eclipse console, we will also see the SQL executed. This is the code that we use to build SQL string. Notice the red part, where we joining string, whatever the string is. This is the dangerous input. It will put a string 1 and close the string with single quote. Then, it will create a false condition to avoid returning original data. Then, this part is the string to query what attacker wants. In this case, checking MySQL version. This last part is to commenting the rest of original query. In our example is the email is not null part. So the query to be executed became this. With the red parameter is the dangerous query. Since the last character on dangerous script is comment sign, the rest of original query will be ignored. The last SQL returns error, which is normal since we use PostgreSQL, which does not have version column. The attacker might use different query to check whether database used is PostgreSQL. Like this, the third parameter example. Now, it returns PostgreSQL version. Now, since the attacker knows the database, attacker can query with specific database-related queries if needed. For example, the next value will getting all table names in Postgre. When attacker knows the SQL injection weakness, attacker can exploit more dangerous query. Open endpoint customer get by gender. This endpoint show vulnerabilities happen not only on path variable, but also in query parameter. SQL injection has nothing to do with where the dangerous string injected. The key point is, where the SQL is built by joining string, it will be vulnerable. For example, if we execute this query parameter value, we will also get all table names. Now, this one is more dangerous since we will drop the JDBC merchants table. Currently on PostgreSQL, we have table JDBC merchant with several data. Execute the dangerous input parameter which drop table JDBC merchant. Now, refresh PostgreSQL and find table JDBC merchant, and we will get none since that table is no longer exists. I heard this sentence a lot of times. We send the data using POST, so it is secure. Wrong. POST is just HTTP verb, nothing to do with security. Data in POST body can still be seen as plain text if the target endpoint is plain HTTP. Even if the target is HTTPS, original POST data, including request body, can still be seen by client who calls. And when the data structure is known, calling the POST endpoint programmatically using Postman or any programming language is easy. Let's see a little bit why POST is not entirely secure. Open Gmail and register for new account. In Chrome, there is Developer Tools, in which we can see the network flows. In Chrome, we can enable this feature from More Tools, Developer Tools. Now, check the username availability. this form will send post data to Google server. But we can see what the data is and how it's structured. So if the application is sending requests using post, using developer tools, the client can still see the request. The attacker only needs simple tools as simple as built-in Chrome developer tools to see the traffic. Then, using the knowledge of data structure, endpoint, and credential from network, attacker can send dangerous script. At this point, we drop table JDBC merchant. So please rerun the API security SQL script to recreate it. Okay, we have the JDBC merchant table again. On Postman, open endpoint to create customer. Assume that using previous way, attacker already know the endpoint and request body. He injects scripts in the request body like this. Now, execute the endpoint again. Check the JDBC merchant table at database, and it's now gone. So, it is proven. POST is not security guarantee. At this point, we drop table JDBC merchant. So please rerun the API security SQL script to recreate it. Okay, now we have the JDBC merchant table again. Now execute the patch request to update customer name. This is a stored procedure call. I will update customer ID 5 with name is dangerous string like this. If we check the Java log, it shows that parameter in stored procedure is the dangerous string. In the stored procedure, this dangerous string is being joined and executed. So, we lose table JDBC merchant. Recreate the JDBC merchant table. Now, test the Spring Data CRUD API on Postman folder JDBC Spring. The API to get customer by email, get customer by gender, or create customer is safe. Even if you inject SQL script in here, it will not be executed, but treated as regular string value. For example, use dangerous string in get by email. And you will get no result. The same way on get customer by gender, where you get no result. Or if you try to drop table on create customer, the merchant table will still exist. to look the database, and you will notice the merchant table is still there, and the last customer has weird gender. But now, try to inject drop table statement on the update endpoint. Even if your Spring Data repository use parameterized statement, the vulnerable code is not on the Java itself. So, when you execute the endpoint, table will be dropped. Try to look the database again, and you will notice the JDBC merchant table is now gone. This is just one example of how framework will not totally help you in SQL injection. You might think, I'm using GPA and no stored procedure at all, so it should be better. Also wrong. We will see later how GPA can also dangerous even if no stored procedures involved.